Hello, friends. Raj Kapoor here. And in this leadership series, where we talked about the leadership led, we talked about leading from the middle. What am going to bring you today is about conflict resolution. Conflict resolution for the leaders. A very important topic which most people actually do not talk about, specifically the leaders. Because many times I have worked with many leaders and CEOs who feel they are right. If they put forth something, they are correct. Does it happen all the time? I believe you and I know the answer to that. So let's talk a little bit about conflict resolution. What happens is, whenever there is a decision made, we get very emotionally involved with those decisions. And that is due to our deepest beliefs. They could be right, they could be wrong. But internally, we believe that we are correct. So if there is a conflict, how do you resolve it? See, as a leader, do you put your foot down and say, I'm correct? Now, let me be clear. There may be times when you do need to do that, where you do need to make that decision because you know in high insight as to how the organization is moving forward. But many times what happens is once you do that, then it leaves a bitter taste in the mouth of others because they are not convinced, they are not satisfied, and they want to contribute too. So, what should you do as a leader? Leader of an organization, leader of a team, leader of your department, wherever, it doesn't matter. If you have other people who are reporting to you, well, then you're a leader because you're leading them. So, think in those terms. So, if you're able to speak to your opponent, the people who are not seeing what you are trying to tell them, if you're able to reach to them at emotional level, again, let me be clear, if you're able to reach them at emotional level, then the passion behind your vision will show, and that's what you need. Because if they see the passion behind your vision, then instead of conflicting, they might come up with some great ideas that really will catapult and help you in taking things in a different direction. Because then what happens is they will step out of their what I would call as a comfort zone where they are sort of stuck, and they will try to see and understand your point. Best scenario is where it is a win-win situation. That's the most important. That means everybody leaves from a table with a feeling that they have one, meaning to say that it was a healthy discussion and they were able to put their idea, they were able to put their feeling in front of everyone, whether accepted or not, but taken into consideration. So think in those terms, okay? Now, one of the things which I'll tell you very clearly is that you need to be open. Okay, you need to be open to ideas because many times our own learnings, our own beliefs limit us. And that is why we need to keep an open mind. We need to have a healthy discussion. That is the reason, see, you have confidence. That is why you have an inner circle. So you need to reach into them and tap into that potential of the people that you are working with, the people you may have hired. So now I have worked with many CEOs, leaders, and many times I saw that they made their word as the final line, whatever the consequence. And they would make others work on it deliberately. This led to many unhealthy discussions. This led to many unhealthy talks behind the back, what we call the water cooler talks. And the dissatisfaction became a lot in the employees. And with the dissatisfaction, you know what comes? A toxic environment. You never want that. A toxic environment. And many highly qualified employees, even leaving the organization in many instances. So that is why it becomes really important to have a culture in the organization which promotes growth. And we'll talk in coming sessions more about culture, more about growth, how you need to invest into your own employees, your own staff, how that works. We'll talk about that. But first and foremost is that you need to have an open mind as a leader. Everyone needs to feel safe, everybody needs to feel secure. That atmosphere of uncertainty shouldn't be there. Where there is anxiety, where there is fear, and as I said, a toxic environment. Now, I sincerely hope you are one of those who, if hasn't opened up, will open up after hearing what I'm saying. Because your point of view is might be good. But if you're open to it, then others will also try to see your point of view and they will help you take your organization forward. So let's talk about a little bit about what to do here. Few things. And if you are able to capture these things into the conversations and into how you work, it's going to literally change your leadership style. And as I said, I'm bringing these all to you in small chunks so you can just grasp them and understand them, know them, implement them. But until you take action, nothing happens. So just learning for learning's sake, it doesn't make sense. So get and take action. Teach others. So this is what you need to do. You need to first respect the view of your opposition. Most important, respect. That is anyway going to open up everything if you do that. Number two, you need to remain firm on your decision. But as I said before, flexible. So if anything good comes in, you need to have a part of it, and maybe if it works better, then use that. As I said, ultimately, it needs to be a win win situation. Everyone walks out that knowing that they have contributed and they got something out of it and they feel valued. Number four is speak from your heart. People know when you're not speaking from your heart. So speaking from your heart makes a big difference. Number five, don't make others feel threatened. Okay. See their point of view. And why are they saying that? What is behind it? Step in their shoes. Think in those terms. Many times, as leaders, what we feel is that the others need to see our point of view. What if you reverse it? It makes you one of the best leaders. Number six, don't be obstinate. It's really important. Number seven, create an atmosphere which nurtures good and healthy discussions. Number eight, value everyone at the table. Value everyone at the table. Value them and value their opinion, whether you agree with it or not. Number nine, the bottom line is think of the whole discussion or a conflict in terms of the organizational success, not your personal victory. That's the most important. Because what we as nonprofit leaders, nonprofit workers are doing, we are helping others. That's our job to make it a better world. So make it a win win for the organization, organizational success. Number 10th is encourage creativity. Once you start valuing people, once you start to let them speak their mind, that is going to encourage creativity. And that is how your organization, I've seen where the leaders have encouraged creativity, those departments, those organizations have gone leaps and bounds. And finally, what I would close today with, number 11, is praise others for their time, effort, ideas, whether you adopt them or not, it doesn't matter. But do praise them for their time because they thought about it. That's why they came forward. I hope you are able to use these, my friends, because with my 30 years of experience, it seems like I have seen a lot. I've gone through a lot. I've worked with a lot of people. I've seen entire departments change over. New people come in, new generations come in to see how they work. But I'm telling you, the basics still remain the same. So I hope I'm able to help you to see how to resolve the conflicts in a amicable, good way, where it's a win-win for all. I'm signing off now. This is Raj Kapoor, present here